For 3 decades, Jung Woo-sung has been the archetype of Korean stardom, a man whose very presence defined what it meant to be charismatic, elegant, and untouchable. His face graced the biggest billboards. His voice resonated in unforgettable film dialogues, and his aura carried the weight of timeless sophistication. And yet, there was always one mystery that refused to be solved, the question of who truly held his heart. For over 30 years, the nation speculated, invented rumors in forums and magazines, but never received a straight answer. Jung Woo-sung was the eternal bachelor, the dream man who belonged to everyone and no one at the same time. Until now. In September 2025, that carefully maintained silence was shattered by an announcement so simple, so brief, yet so earth-shaking that it ricocheted through every media outlet in Korea within minutes. At the age of 52, Jung Woo-sung confirmed he was in a relationship. The words themselves seemed harmless, but their implications detonated like fireworks over Seoul. The collective gasp of fans could almost be heard across oceans. Who? How? When? The nation demanded answers, and the media wasted no time feeding the frenzy. The first spark came in the form of a one-page press release from his agency. Actor Jung Woo-sung confirms he is in a relationship. The identity of his partner will be revealed in due course. We ask for your respectful attention. It was cold, measured, but devastating in its implications. Jung Woo-sung, who for years had deflected, denied, and danced around questions about his love life, was finally admitting the truth. That night, television broadcasters across the country interrupted regular programming. Anchor discs lit up with urgent discussions. Commentators argued about what it meant for Jung Woo-sung himself but for the industry. Was this the beginning of a new chapter in Korean celebrity culture? One where even its most guarded figures embrace transparency? Or was this a one-off shock destined to fade, leaving fans with broken illusions? Speculation quickly spiraled into obsession. Social media feeds filled with names, each more outrageous than the last. Some pointed to his recent co-stars, arguing that chemistry on screen must have bled into real life. Others suspected a rekindling of past romances. A few even claimed it was a non-celebrity. Perhaps someone Jung Woo-sung had kept in the shadows all these years. Every cafe conversation, every online forum, every entertainment program hummed with the same question: who is she? When Jung Woo-sung finally appeared before reporters, the atmosphere was electric. He walked into a storm of flashing bulbs, dressed in an immaculate suit, calm yet unreadable. The journalists fired questions at him like arrows. Is she famous? Is she younger? When did you meet? Is marriage in the future? He smiled gently, raised a hand, and silenced the chaos. Yes. Love, he said simply. She is someone very special to me. In time, you will know. That promise ignited a cultural wildfire. Fans turned into detectives, analyzing his past interviews for hidden clues, dissecting red carpet moments, comparing timelines of his filming schedules to possible encounters. Some swore they could identify the woman from a half-seen reflection in a paparazzi photo. Others shared elaborate conspiracy charts, mapping out every woman he had been spotted with in the past 5 years. Frenzy bordered on mania. Meanwhile, emotions ran high. Many fans expressed heartbreak, posting tearful messages online. I feel like I've lost something precious, one wrote. Others, more supportive, celebrated the news. He has given us so much of his life. He deserves happiness too. Psychologists weighed in on talk shows, explaining parasocial relationships and why fans often feel personally betrayed when their idols reveal relationships. Even politicians were asked their opinions. Assemblyman joking, I am jealous of the lucky woman, but I wish them well. The announcement reached beyond entertainment into academia, politics, and business. Analysts speculated on the impact on his endorsements. Would his appeal as the nation's dream man diminish now that he was no longer unattached? Brands nervously monitored reactions, calculating whether a man in love was still as bankable as a man of mystery. Meanwhile, magazines prepared glossy spreads with headlines like "Who holds Jung Woo-sung's heart?" Weeks later, the suspense reached its peak with the announcement of a charity gala where Jung Woo-sung would finally reveal the name. Tickets sold out instantly. The gala became the most anticipated event of the season, its guest list swelling with A-listers, politicians, and reporters desperate for a glimpse of the truth. It was a spectacle of diamonds, tuxedos, and whispers. Cameras lined the red carpet, each lens waiting for Jung Woo-sung to step out of his car with a mystery woman by his side. When he arrived, every heart stopped. He walked alone. Fans watching the live broadcast gasped in disappointment and confusion. Where was she? The evening stretched on, filled with performances, speeches, and polite chatter. But no girlfriend appeared. Near the end of the night, Jung Woo-sung stepped onto the stage, holding the microphone. His deep voice carried through the glittering hall. "I know why you are here," he began. "You want answers. You want a name. Tonight, I will give you what you have been waiting for." Jung fell silent. Reporters leaned forward, pens poised. Fans at home clutched their phones. "Her name," he said, pausing just long enough for the world to stop breathing, "is Moongabi." The eruption that followed could only be described as seismic. The name tore through social media like a lightning strike. Moongabi, model, television personality, style icon. A woman known for her bold personality and striking beauty. Not someone anyone had expected. Within minutes, hashtags exploded: Jung Woo-sung Moongabi, love reveal, shock confession. Fans screamed, cried, argued, and celebrated in equal measure. Gabi, born in 1989, had carved her own path in the entertainment world. She was admired for her confidence, her fearless fashion choices, and her sharp wit. She had appeared in variety shows, modeling campaigns, and interviews where her personality shone as brightly as her looks. But pairing her with Jung Woo-sung? It was the unlikeliest of love stories, one that transcended age, status, and expectation. Reactions poured in. Some fans praised the match, calling it refreshing and beautifully unexpected. Others were less kind, accusing Moongabi of being a social climber, of daring to pair herself with a national treasure. The backlash was harsh. It only underscored the intensity of emotions Jung Woo-sung's revelation had unleashed. Through it all, Moongabi remained poised, releasing a simple statement: "I am honored to share my life with someone as wonderful as him. We ask for your support." Entertainment industry reeled. Fellow celebrities offered congratulations. Fashion magazines rushed to feature Moongabi, dubbing her the woman who stole Jung Woo-sung's heart. Advertisers saw opportunity in their pairing, branding them as Korea's new power couple. Meanwhile, online forums dissected every detail of their relationship: how they met, when it began, who introduced them. Each theory sparked new debates. Days turned into weeks. The frenzy began to settle into fascination. Jung Woo-sung and Moongabi appeared together at select events, their chemistry undeniable. He held her hand in public, thing he had never done with past partners. She smiled beside him, afraid of the spotlight. Their relationship became less about shock and more about admiration, to individuals who had found each other in the whirlwind of fame. But the impact of the reveal continued to ripple. Commentators hailed it as a turning point in Korean entertainment. Even its most guarded icons could embrace love openly. Celebrities cited Jung Woo-sung's bravery as inspiration to live authentically. Fans, even those initially heartbroken, began to accept the reality: their idol had chosen happiness. Perhaps that was worth celebrating. As 2025 drew to a close, Jung Woo-sung's revelation stood as the most talked about story of the year. It was not just a love story, it was a cultural shift. A reminder that behind the myth of stardom, there exists a man who longs, who feels, who loves. And in Moongabi, he had found someone willing to step into the storm with him. In the end, perhaps that is why the story mattered so deeply. It was not simply about who Jung Woo-sung was dating. It was about the collision between fantasy and reality, public expectation and private desire. It was about a man finally choosing to live not as an untouchable legend, but as a human being. So, the eternal bachelor was eternal no longer. At 52, Jung Woo-sung revealed the truth: he is in love. The name of that love, Moongabi, will forever be etched into the history of Korean popular culture.